Welcome to G and
T Reviews. Please hit the like button and subscribe.
For those following us on Facebook, please hit the bell for further updates. We are doing YGO trading card game Battle of Chaos, first edition.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, nice and shiny. Are the cards in the right spot? Are you ready to cut?
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty, let's see what cards we've got.
Just gonna. Okay, you ready?
Yep. First one is Omni by Moryu, Soul Sweeper. It's got an attack of 1900, defense of 1600. It's a dark
type, and it's a Fiend Exceeds.
2+ level 2 monsters. You can detach one material from this card, then target one monster your opponent controls, banish it until your opponent's end phase. If this card is in its owner's control and is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can target banished monsters up to the number of materials this card had. Shuffle them into the deck. You can only use each effect of this card once per turn. I like the art.
Same here. It is a very good art. It looks quite nice. Oh yeah, it's rank 2.
So that's pretty good for bringing out. It's an extra deck card, isn't it?
Yes, an extra deck card.
An extra deck card that's only 2 is a lot better than some of them. Some of them ridiculously high.
Yeah, but also trying to get 2 level 2s on the field can be a bit annoying. Unfortunately.
I do like the art.
Yeah, it could work in some decks.
Monster Rebirth, trap card.
If a monster or monsters was destroyed by battle this turn, send one monster reborn from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Then target one monster in either graveyard, special summon that monster to the field. This
is treated as a special summon by the effect of Monster Reborn. Does that mean you can grab something not just from your graveyard, but from your opponent's graveyard?
I believe so.
That's obnoxious. I'd like that.
It could work in a 2v2 battle, but I don't know how that would work. But yeah, that's interesting.
Fire Opal Head, attack 2500, defense 1000. This looks like a pendulum card.
It is a pendulum card. The pendulum scale is 0. That's really good.
You need a low number at one end of the pendulum, don't you?
Yeah.
So 0 is useful.
Very useful.
The dinosaur one.
And a normal dinosaur at that, no effect.
I tried to make a dinosaur pack once, but there wasn't enough dinosaur cards.
This could really be useful in that then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maple Maiden. She has an attack of 2100, defense of 2600. That is powerful. She's a fairy synchro. And she's 1, 2, 7.
That's not that difficult. You need, I would think, a level 3 tuner and one other monster. At a level 4, that's easily enough done.
Yeah, because you're going to need a tuner and one non-tuner monster to bring her out into the field. And if she's special summoned, you can declare one attribute. This card gains the following effect. All face-up monsters become that attribute. You can target one monster in your opponent's main monster zone. Your opponent must send one card from among its adjacent monster zones or spell and trap zones to the graveyard. You can only use each effect once per turn.
Oh, this interacts with link monsters. That could actually be quite handy. The art is very nice.
Seems like to have pretty good art in this selection.
Very detail oriented in the art in this selection.
Very nice anime style.
Yeah.
Nordic Relic Hylian. It's a trap card.
Nordic, yes, I need more Nordic stuff. If you control an Aesir monster, you can negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls until the end of this turn. You can tribute one Nordic monster, then target one Aesir monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use one Nordic relic discard effect per turn. You can only and
only once
that turn. Okay.
And it's an infinity trap card.
Yeah.
So it stays in play.
Yeah.
So every turn you get to reuse it.
That's pretty good. Nice artwork and shiny.
Shiny. S-Force Lapacewell.
Lapacewell?
Attack of 2400, defense 2500. It's a fiend.
And
if this card is special summoned, you can target one S-Force monster in your graveyard, except S-Force Lampswell. Special summon it. You can banish one S-Force card from your hand, destroy all of your opponent's monsters in the same columns as your S-Force monsters. You can only use each effect of S-Force Lampels once per turn. It's pretty powerful.
Level 6, though.
So you got to sacrifice to bring him out.
Yeah. Is he worth it?
Schmigmog Bird of Protection. Attack of 1800, defense of 500. Winged Beast. Oh God, here we go with the Winged Beast again.
And these tiny print. Give me 1 second to focus.
There we go. So while face up in the field, this card is also wind attribute. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. During your main phase, you can normal or special summon a winged beast monster. You can reveal this card in your hand immediately after the effect resolves. Normal summon one Shmomi monster. If this card is normal summoned, you can send one Schmog monster from your deck to your graveyard. Add one Schmog spell trap from your deck to your hand.
Oh, so this is a new archetype.
So you got to get a lot of these Smog. Smog? I'll check the pronunciation
later, but level 4 with that kind of effects? That could be a game changer. Okay.
So a winged beast that actually does something.
Finally.
Yeah. Flower Dino. Attack of 2000 with no defense. Come on, please do something cool. What does he do?
Come on, focus.
Cannot be normal summoned, set. Must be special summoned by its own effect. You can only use each of the following effects for Flower Dino once per turn. If you activate a trap card or effect, or your opponent activates a spell card or effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 3 banished spell traps place them on the bottom of the appropriate deck in any order, then draw one card.
That's not bad, actually.
It's not bad. For a dinosaur one, dinosaur ones normally don't do very much.
Yeah, nothing all that special.
They've been keeping them pretty plain. So,
yeah.
Something that does something.
That's pretty cool.
Ghost Trick or Treat trap card. Oh, I haven't seen that for a while.
Trick.
Yeah. If you control a Ghost Trick spell card or Ghost Trick Link monster, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Your opponent can pay 2,000 life points to make this card's effect. Set this card instead of sending it to the graveyard after activation. Otherwise, for the rest of this term, that face-up monster cannot attack. Its effects are negated. Also, it is changed to face-down defense position during the end phase. You can only activate one Ghost Trick or Treat per turn.
Man, that is awesome. Because I haven't had the opportunity to update my Ghost Trick deck. Oh, that'd be so cool. Yeah. New card for it. And there's a Ghost Trick Link?
Yeah. Guess you're after the Ghost Trick Link now.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So what did we end up getting? We ended up getting... We got 1, 2, 3 trap cards. 1 white. What are the white ones called?
The extra deck.
That's an extra deck.
And the Synchro.
And
1 Exceeds.
We got 1 Pendulum.
1 Pendulum, yeah.
And 3 monsters. With very different, each with an effect. We got 1 Fiend, 1 Winged, and 1 Dinosaur.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got your 1 Pendulum. And you don't really get much Pendulum these days, do you?
No, because they've kind of been...
They kind of came and went.
Well, considering what Link Monsters did to the whole format, it's understandable.
I just got so annoyed with Pendulum because you're trying to play a regular deck against Pendulum and, you get rid of it and then the Pendulum brings it back and you're just like, oh, for crying out loud. They just killed the monster. Why can't they just keep bringing it back onto the field? It's annoying.
Yeah, well, the rules have changed. But, a new mechanic, you've got to troubleshoot it, and they didn't quite do that.
Yeah, because it's like when it first came out, trying to play a normal deck against Pendulum was annoying.
True, but I loved Pendulum because it means I could finally get out some of the biggest hitting monsters in a deck.
Yeah.
Because playing the regular way without Pendulum or Link is just so slow sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to Exceeds.
Yeah. Well, what do we think? How'd you rate it? How many good cards do you reckon we got out of that?
Well, there's a lot of opportunity. And we got 1 really shiny card, which I'm going to sleeve because shiny.
Yeah.
Wild cards have a sleeve now.
Yeah. It's always, for any newbies out there, if you get a card that's a super shiny or a rare card, always best to sleeve them. You can pick up packs of these complete sleeves. You don't have to go out and buy
individual ones.
Individual ones, these big super packs.
Yeah, the big super packs that have
like 120 or the fancy images on them or the little animes on them. The ones with prints
usually cost a lot more.
So if you're starting off, I just start off with just some plain prints.
Or completely transparent ones.
Yeah. It's a good way to start off. And know that the sleeves that work for Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic are pretty much interchangeable.
Pretty much, but the ones meant for specifically Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't quite fit on Magic half the time.
But the Magic ones do fit on the Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
And the Magic sleeves normally have really cool graphics.
True.
Although I have found that the My Little Pony sleeves, I know this sounds silly, but the My Little Pony sleeves fit on Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic cards. So it works to throw off your opponent. They're like, what is that? So.
Yeah. Though, I found a weird thing. The clear plastic shrinks less in the cold than the colored plastic for the sleeves.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So they can tend to bend the cards a little bit.
All right. So how would you rate this out of 5?
Out of 5.
Oh, how much did we spend on this? We spent $6.
Yeah, 6.
At Kmart, which is about the normal price for a 9-pack for Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
It's about the regular price, no matter if you get it from a gaming shop. About the same price.
And considering it was a newer pack as well, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's a newer pack.
So,
yeah, it's a new pack.
So yeah. How would you rate it?
Well, for this card alone. Well, for the collection, I'd say about a 4. Overall, though, I'd say a 3.5. There are some stuff that is pretty cool, but for the most part, nothing that
it's like
we really use.
The monsters are pretty. Yeah, I could add these to my Dino deck that I'm still building after 6 years. That's how rare it is to get Dino cards. The Winged Beast, still have a problem with Winged Beast. I haven't seen anything that's super fantastic. They never seem to get more than an 1800 attack. This S-Force is nice, but you really need to get other S-Force kind of cards to really use it. Even though it's got a great attack and a defense. As to the traps, yeah, Nordic's fine if you get other Nordics. Ghost Trick are always good. They're very popular.
That can be put into any deck, the Monster Rebirth.
Yeah, that can be put into any deck as well. So I reckon you got some good trap cards. Your extra deck.
Feeling a little light, but
it's usable. You can use in any deck. This one,
a little bit
for a tuna deck. For a tuna deck, you could use that.
Yeah, a fairy or a plant deck would work quite well.
And it's got a really good attack and defense. So I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5 for value for money. Yeah, monsters are so. It's more the traps and the extra deck cards that you're getting your value out of on this particular one. As with any decks any packets that you see us opening, if you want any particular cards for your own personal decks, pop a comment down below in the comments, and we'll get back to you. Because our collection is huge. So, okay.
Alright.
Thanks for joining us. That was the Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle of Chaos 9-card pack.